Good morning, everyone. Jane here, bringing you some good news for Saturday, July the 4th. Today, I want to reflect on one of my favorite Psalms rather than a New Testament reading. Psalm 104 is a glorious poem praising God as the creator of the natural world and the provider for all its creatures. That's good news right there. In the interest of brevity, I have left out a few sections, so I hope you'll read the whole psalm for yourself later. Listen to these wonderful images. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with honor and majesty, wrapped in light as with a garment. You stretch out the heavens like a tent. You set the beams of your chambers on the waters. You make the clouds your chariot. You ride on the wings of the wind. You make the winds your messengers, fire and flame your ministers. You make springs gush forth in the valleys. They flow between the hills, giving drink to every wild animal. The wild asses quench their thirst. By the streams, the birds of the air have their habitation. They sing among the branches. From your lofty abode, you water the mountains. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your work. You cause the grass to grow for the cattle and plants for people to use, to bring forth food from the earth and wine to gladden the human heart, oil to make the face shine, and bread to strengthen the human heart. The trees of the Lord are watered abundantly, the cedars of Lebanon that he planted. In them the birds build their nests. The stork has its home in the fir trees. The high mountains are for the wild goats. The rocks are a refuge for the conies. O Lord, how manifold are your works! In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. These all look to you to give them their food in due season. When you give it to them, they gather it up. When you open your hand, they are filled with good things. When you hide your face, they are dismayed. When you take away their breath, they die and return to their dust. When you send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the ground. The word of the Lord. Well, after 3.5 months of COVID seclusion, this psalm really speaks to me. Living at our cottage since mid-March, we have never felt so immersed in the natural world. There's no TV up here, but a constant nature show out the front window. It started our first morning with a pair of swans. The next day, we saw a fox stroll by heading north, and a few minutes later, a mink heading south. Over the weeks, there have been more fox sightings, rabbits, red squirrels and chipmunks, a skunk, and a beaver. And all of this without leaving the kitchen table. Our daily walks take us up the road, till mid-May, usually into a strong north wind. Psalm 104 says of God, "You make the winds your messengers." I wonder what the message of that north wind was. Maybe, persevere, I promise spring will come. And it did. We saw the first bedraggled yellow blossoms of coltsfoot, then dandelions, then trout lilies and marsh marigolds, and now lady slippers and birdfoot trefoil. And those are only a few of the yellow ones. The roadsides are exploding in plants and flowers of every color. We've helped painted turtles cross the road and watched snapping turtles lay their eggs. And we've seen nature's harsh side too. Many turtles' nests dug up by skunks or raccoons, and the broken remains of the eggs drying in the sun. This week we watched a bald eagle devour a big carp. When the eagle left, a gull picked at the remains, standing its ground when a turkey vulture flew in, followed by another and another and another. News travels fast. I love to see the natural world fulfilling God's purposes, unbothered by our human concerns. I'm in awe when I think of the teeming life that surrounds us. I don't even have time to tell you about the egrets and the sandhill crane, the spring peepers who sang us to sleep in April, or the bullfrogs whose conversations we hear on our walks. Thanks be to God for all this beauty and variety. How can anyone ever doubt God's delight in diversity, both in nature and in all the different colors of humanity? How can anyone ever doubt that all of creation deserves our care and protection? In closing, here are a few more verses from Psalm 104. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works, who looks on the earth and it trembles, who touches the mountains and they smoke. I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have being. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Praise the Lord. I hope you are all well and that you will have a chance to get outside and revel in nature, the first revelation of God long before these words were written in the Bible. Come back Monday for more good news with Carol. Bye for now.